हॅलो नमस्ते. आज आपण इयत्ता 9वीच्या मॅथ्स पार्ट 2 मधील चॅप्टर नंबर 5 क्वाड्रिलॅटरल्स त्याच्यामधला एक थेरम पाहणार आहे. थेरम ऑफ मिड पॉईंट्स ऑफ टू साइड्स ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल. थेरम ऑफ मिड पॉईंट्स ऑफ टू साइड्स ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल. थेरम ऑफ मिड पॉईंट्स ऑफ टू साइड्स ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल म्हणजे एखादा ट्रायंगल असेल आणि त्याच्यात कोणत्याही दोन साईडचे मिड पॉईंट जॉईन केले. द सेगमेंट जॉईनिंग मिड पॉईंट्स ऑफ एनी टू साइड्स ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल इज पॅरलल टू थर्ड साईड अँड हाफ ऑफ इट. म्हणजे एखादा ट्रायंगल असेल, समजा पाहूया आपण, एक ट्रायंगल आहे, तो असा ट्रायंगल आहे. So let us suppose this is a triangle ABC. The segment joining the midpoints, if suppose this is a midpoint of AB, let it be P. That means this side is this AP is congruent to PB. That means P is a midpoint of side AB and Q is a midpoint of side AC. Q is a midpoint of side AC. That means AQ is congruent to QC. The segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to third side. That means this segment is parallel to this third side and half of it. That means PQ is parallel to BC and PQ is equal to BC upon 2. This we have to prove. In order to prove this, we have to draw a ray PQ and take a point on a ray PQ. Take a point R on ray PQ such that PQ is equal to QR. PQ हे जेवढं आहे तेवढंच आपण QR घेणार आहे. हे आणि हे सारखं आहे. And join CR. Now see in these two triangles AQP and triangle CQR. Side AQ is congruent to side QC. This is given. Angle AQP, this angle, is congruent to angle CQR, vertically opposite angles, and side PQ is congruent to side QR construction. So by SAS test, triangle AQP is congruent to triangle CQR. If these two triangles are congruent, then their remaining corresponding angles and corresponding sides must be congruent. So angle PAQ, that means PAQ means this angle, is congruent to angle RCQ. PAQ is congruent to angle AQP. Triangle AQP is congruent to triangle CQR by SAS test. Then angle PAQ is congruent to angle RCQ. PAQ RCQ. This angle and this angle are congruent. Segment AP is congruent to segment AP is congruent to CR. AP is congruent to CR. So corresponding sides of congruent triangles. From one means from this, if these two angles are congruent, this is a pair of alternate angles, therefore this line is parallel to this line. That means AP is parallel to RC. That means AB is parallel to RC. That means PB is parallel to RC. And we know that AP is congruent to CR. This way of proof. Now AP is congruent to PB because P is the midpoint of AB. That means in this quadrilateral, PBCR, this side PB is congruent to RC and PB is parallel to RC. If one pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral is parallel and congruent, then that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. That means quadrilateral PBCR is a parallelogram. That means its opposite sides are parallel. That means BC is parallel to PR. It means PQ is parallel to BC. That means segment PQ is parallel to BC. This way proved. Then again we know that PR BC is equal to PR. Opposite sides of parallelogram are congruent. But BC upon 2 is equal to PR upon 2, dividing by 2 for both sides. But QR is a midpoint of PR because PQ is congruent to QR. This is construction. So Q is a midpoint of PR. That means half of PR is nothing but PQ. So PQ is equal to BC upon 2. That means segment joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to third side and half of it is parallel to third side. Segment joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is, that means this segment is parallel to third side, means this side, and half of it, that means PQ is equal to half BC. This is a theorem of midpoints of two sides of a triangle. If we join any two midpoints of any two sides, then that segment is parallel to third side and half of it. Depending on this theorem, there is a practice set 5.5. That means if this segment is parallel to this side and P is the midpoint of this side and Q is the midpoint of this side, then this is a parallel to this. If this is parallel to this and this is a midpoint, then this is also midpoint of this side. If you have given this is equal to 10 centimeter, what is length of PQ? That is 5 centimeter. Like this, there are some examples in practice set 5.5. You can solve that examples, then solve problem set 5. You can easily solve that also. In this way, this chapter is completed. If you have any doubts, then ask me in the class or on WhatsApp. ठीक है, थैंक यू.